It's Play It Forward again, here on Loading Ready Run. I'm Beej, and I'm still setting the settings on the mixer. We're playing Shadowrun Hong Kong. I just had an opportunity to roll out my back slightly, which means I guess it's time for us to go. I'm getting a notification from Animal Crossing Pocket Camp asking me if I tried Timmy's Golden Harp or Tommy's Golden Harp yet. I have already crafted those. So I don't have to worry about any of that. Yeah, look, Shadowrun Hong Kong. Haven't died recently. I'm pleased to return to play more of this wonderful game. And yeah. Sorry, that I just was out in the hallway rolling out my back because I have a knot in it from when I injured myself in my 20s and never really looked after it, and I continue to not look after it properly because I'm an idiot. But yeah, so I thought I would bring my foam roller into the office and actually use it to roll up my back when I take breaks or whatever, because I'm trying to work on this tiny little nub of tightness and just get it to release. Had a fun thing happen today at home while Heather was streaming. The Amazon delivery agent, the Amazon third-party delivery agent showed up on a Sunday, because you can work whenever you want when you're private, and brought us a gift. Brought us a gift from Cyclops Boy, apparently, who got us a new router for our house because my old router I had was broken. Kind of. It's not working as well as it should. And it had one in mind, and so I was like, I'm gonna put this on both of our wish lists, and maybe someday I will buy it. And then Heather will know what one I want. But somebody else decided to buy it, which is great and very generous. And now I have to do a lot of reading of documentation to figure out how to set this one specifically up. But looking forward to the challenge of it, because this is not like your standard, Netgear or D-Link or Linksys, whatever. This is made by MikroTik, and it requires that you have some knowledge. And since I've never used Router OS before, I'm going to get a little bit of knowledge and work on it when I have some time. Let's move on to talking to the people who are in and around here. Reliable Matthew. Reliable Matthew just wants to sell me drones at this point. I think we're just friends. Don't think I need to worry about any of that stuff. Also, I don't have enough money. That's fine, because I'm not a rigger. I'm a shaman, and you know what they say about shamans? They don't know how to do things. Yeah, we'll just go. That one's not working either. I may have moved everyone else's conversations along as far as they can go, but I'm still a little nervous that I might not have. So we talked to Matthew. I'm going to go back here and talk to Crafty, even though I have a feeling she's not going to give me anything else new, but we'll just pop her head in the door. She's still in the same spot she was standing, which means that there's probably nothing new going on. And she probably has nothing new to offer me either. Let's have a look. Acid Bolt, which I still can't use because I haven't gotten Conjuring 7. Yeah, I've never bought the newer hastes. I didn't realize that I was still on Haste 1, which Haste 1 is, increases the friendly target's AP by 1 for 2 rounds. And newer versions of Haste, 3 rounds, 4 rounds. I mean, it has a cooldown of 4 in this case, but still, that's not so bad. I've got the, could also buy some of that stuff. Wow, yeah, those really big 4-6 fetishes. I want to just buy that and carry it around with me, though. I mean, that is like just getting a buff to all the stuff that I do, at least, well, spirit control wise anyway, but it's like having a weapon. Already bought the Wuxing lined coat. Okay, don't need to worry about that for the moment. Let's get out. So we finished the Dr. Shen Yang's thing that we need to do. We're going to do a couple more missions today. I do not imagine I have more than I need to talk about with anybody. Let's just go check out with Shen, but I have a feeling that Shen's going to be like, no, you talked to me a lot already, dude. We don't need to bump the mic up a hair. We don't need to continue this, maybe. Let's just have a look. Is Shen just all about, hey, let's... Yeah, that's all. He's gotten to know me. I think everyone else has gotten to know me. I have a feeling that this last mission I was on didn't actually do anything to bump along my conversations with anybody else. Try Freddy. Yeah, no, he's just kind of like, he's talking and thinking. Ambrose is probably the same way. I really don't think that that mission that we went on will result in any sort of new, anything new. Ambrose looked like he moved over. No, we're just gonna move on our way. Okay. That's fine. We'll pick up another job to do. First things first. Where's my money? And good evening, everybody. I realize that I said hi, and I hope that you're having a good evening or a good day where you are. It's been good here for me. I've had a good day since I woke up. A little earlier than I thought I would, but the sound of your apartment phone ringing clarifies your space of thought from asleep, half awake to awake in a very fast way, where you're like, huh, and you hear the and you're like, and you take off. And that was good. And I got to the phone so fast. It's an answer phone, and I got to the answer phone so fast. I picked it up, and the guy's like, "Hey, you know, like, I'm here with the thing." I'm like, "Yeah, can you bring it up?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." I'm like, "Cool," and I hang up the phone. And then I go back to bed, or actually, rather, I go back to, I go back into my bedroom, because you gotta put a shirt on if you're gonna answer the door. So I get buzzed again. I'm like, what? And I walk back, and the guy's like, oh, it didn't buzz. And I'm like, oh, I guess it wouldn't because I hung up on him. So I'm like, okay. And so this is an old system. You have to push the hook in on the phone, and I did. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, all right, sorry about that. I push the hook in on the phone, and then I hang up, and then nothing. And he buzzes me back again, and I'm like, whoa, what? And I'm like, wait, hang on. It didn't take, did he? He's like, no, it didn't. I'm like, okay, how about now? And then I keep hitting the hook button over and over, and it's just not going. And finally, I'm like, you know what? I'll just come downstairs and get it. He's like, okay, cool. And I hang up the phone. As I'm hanging up the phone, I realize that, because now I've woken up, it's been a few minutes, I woke up and, 1,100 Yen, and realized, oh, hey, there's a new button on our phone that I've never had to use, apparently, and, or at least have completely forgotten about, and you're supposed to push that to let the guy in. So I picked up the phone again, like, wait, hang on, does it work now? And I press the button, and he's like, oh, it worked this time. I'm like, great, awesome. And I hung up, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Oh, my God. And really, I'm not. I was still asleep, apparently. So Dr. Shenyang gave me 1,100 nuyen saying, good work out there, kid. Here's the money I promised you. My name is Dr. Shenyang. I've signed this post. All right, let's have a look here. View all active jobs. Data retrieval is stealing research data and biological samples from his computer. He's researching a genetic engineering project. And so he wants us to steal the stuff. And I have to go see Jomo to do it. Or we can do the restaurant job. This feels like a straight up fight. We're going to a restaurant, and we're going to kidnap Rooster Lowe and gotta keep it as quiet as we can. Lowe has to get to the dock. The Talon is very nasty, and so we have to be careful about how we confront him. And the Red Samurai ambush is the other thing. Oh, to Emily, that sucks. Waking up and being like, right, I have to go, now! And then realizing that you still have 24 hours left. Still, I guess, hopefully that means that then you were packed and ready to go. Well, either way, we're taking, I think, the other two first, and hopefully that'll buff us enough to be able to prepare for the Red Samurai ambush. I feel weird about doing that one maybe last, but let's just see. Post pay data for sale. Oh, I did have pay data. Nice. Let's go back. Anybody else we need to talk to? What do you think about that last run? What did you think about the last run, Ractor? I can enjoy a social gathering as much as anyone else, as well as anyone else, but our clients and our targets were contemptible people. Radio programs, soap operas, intellectually bankrupt, saccharine sweet family dramas without an ounce of inventiveness behind them. This pap that these fools produce is a poison for the mind. He takes a drag in his cigarette, blows the smoke in a plume. At least we had the encounter with a vampire to make things interesting. Now, what else would you have of me? Nothing. Kaichu. Nope, just getting ready to go. Maybe I should just do his side mission. You haven't missed much, Archmage. We've just started the talkie talk, and I've been looking around it at people. We concluded a mission last night, so I'm just catching up. All right, Duncan. What do I think about it? Well, let me ponder that for a second. He begins ticking off items on his fingers. We crashed a fancy party, disturbed the who's who of the Hong Kong Tridio scene, whatever, and fought a vampire. But you took it upon yourself to help the vampire become a vampire queen. That was an interesting choice. Not what Doc Shenyang would want, but what does he know? He's only the guy that's paying us. Anyway, enough about that. Need anything else? No, let's talk later. Anytime. I mean, he got his result. Isabel, you shot some grenades. What do you think about that last run? I have to admit, I had a lot more fun in Repulse Bay than I thought I would. Parties aren't really my thing, and I'd rather be slicing iced tea than cake. But how many people can say they went on a run to blackmail a rich guy and ended up fighting his vampire mistress? Nobody on Shadowlands would believe me if I told them the story. Not even a little. I don't get why Shenyang hired Shadowrunners, though. There's a dozen better ways to blackmail Ma. Get a Decker to plant evidence of embezzling, hire the Triads to crash his sets, intimidate his crew, burn down a soundstage or two. The way I figured, he wanted to hire us because he's friends with Ma. It's a messed up friendship, but it's there. I can't say I understand why you'd want to teach a vampire to be a better killer, but okay. I mean, I understand the whole friends in low places angle, but we're talking about a vampire. They're dangerous. They kill people for food. I hope it doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. And this is the part where you say, or the neck. God damn it, Isabel. Oh, that would have been so good. Yeah, we have no more questions about the walled city. Gobbit! Hey again, did you need something? So how are you adjusting to the gift that rat or the shiny object or whatever has given you? Expression brightens. It's good. I mean, probably not like morally good, but I think that I can use it. What is it? What does it do? Well, it's kind of like a grenade. When I throw it, it goes boom. Not in here in the real world, but in the astral plane, it's pretty impressive. As for what it actually does, it scares the shit out of anyone who gets caught in the blast. Makes them act like idiots. They run around with their hands in the air, forget about who's shooting at them, and stand around with their fingers in their ears. Handy, huh? It sounds great. I'm just a little iffy about how you got this and why. Don't be. It came from Rat. I'm pretty sure of that. The dancing rodents in my vision were a pretty good indicator. She lets the stone roll in the palm of her hand, smiling. Its polished exterior glitters as it moves. So, here's the thing. When I use this thing, what I think I'm doing is opening a bunch of temporary cracks in the astral plane. Just little ones, only wide enough for sounds to pass through. People in the blast radius can hear things on the other side. So let's say I throw this sucker at someone, and it goes off. Boom! All of a sudden, that poor slob can think the things that got into Melvina can hear the things that got into Melvina shrieking in his brain. Sounds unpleasant. Yeah, it's a bad time for them. All those voices at once, yelling and babbling and cursing, doing their Rat King thing. It'd drive you nuts, right? It's basically what it does. Drives people mad, makes them work against their own self-interest. It's like temporary insanity in pebble form. As long as you're comfortable using this thing, I'm all for it. How many did Rat give you? I mean, this still seems like a shiny object thing, not a rat thing, but... Alright, as long as you're comfortable using this thing, I'm all for it. I still think this is the thing. I'd be wary of using anything that might be connected to the shiny object. Let's go with that. That just feels... She shakes her head. Again, Rat gave it to me. I think that it'll be okay. And here's the best part. After I use one of these and go to bed, I find another one in my hand the next morning. I tried a couple times now. It keeps happening. Toss, explode, nap, visions of dancing rats, and ta-da! New magic pebble. Using this feels right in a way that the shiny object never did. I think that it's Rat's reward to me for taking Melvina down or something. I don't know exactly. I never heard this happen to anyone before. Anyway, it should help us moving forward, and considering what we're headed up against next, I think we can use all the help we can get. Alright, we've finally gotten back on track, so got another lesson for me? No, Beej, no more lessons. You don't need them. You're as much a runner as I am now. There might even be a thing or two I can learn from you. All that can wait, though. We got this whole situation with the walled city and your foster dad and gun show and all that to take care of. It's kind of a mouthful. Lots of players involved. Tons of intrigue. Honestly, I'm enthralled by the whole thing. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Me either, Gobbit. Guess we'll just see how this plays out together. She nods sagely. You're damn right we will. Oh, and Beej? Yeah? The pot on the hot plate. It's always full. I keep a soup going on that thing 24/7. If you ever want any, you're welcome. Just come in. Just come on in. I'd love the company. I'm gonna make you regret that offer. I can eat a lot of soup. Yeah? Can't wait to see you prove it. She does her best to stifle a yawn. Maybe later, though. It's getting late and I could use some shut-eye. Choosing sleep over soup? Who are you and what did you do with Gobbit? That's a weird... I don't like that line. I think I would have come up with something more clever to say. Fine. Haha. She's smiling slyly. She waves you off with the back of her hand. Scurry along now. Your former mentor needs her rest. And I didn't go with you. Apparently nothing. There's nothing over here. As there's always been nothing over there. Nice. Okay. I have 9 karma and not much of anything else. Well, won't worry about that for the time being, I don't think. So I got a bit of paid. Let's see here. If I upped my conjuring a bit, I could go buy the better acid bolt, which is just kind of a. It's a better version of what I've been shooting with so far. Do I have to? I'm at 6, so I have to be at 7? Was it 7 I have to be at? I thought it was 7. Let's have a look. Like, I have really good armor right now. Weapons, Acid Bolt 4, Conjuring 7. Yeah, some of these other things are like 5 and 6. And there's also that cool thing. I feel like just getting a better weapon is good, but to get to 7, I need to... Alright. I'm at 6, so I can get to 7 with 9, so that's not a problem. There's no reason why I'd want to get better summoning, right? Because I can spend that to get better summoning overall. Or just do this and then have a chance to use better Acid Bolt, which might be handy. Doing more damage might actually be handy. It's something I'm always going to need to be able to do. So maybe we'll just do that. Show me your wares. Wares. I could pump that on there too if I wanted to. Gotta learn some spirit control. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to need, like, the other thing. Let's confirm. That's fine. It's just browsing. Yeah, Hellstorm Barrier is the next thing that's, that I could equip at 8. Which is pretty good, but then I also need to buy it, but it's a hell of a thing. You get heavy cover and do other things with it. I have Lightning Barrier, I think, already. Like, I have Air and I have Lightning Barrier, so I could just jump that up even further, because I haven't bought Fire Barrier. But I could just be like, oh yeah, next time I get paid and do whatever, buy Hellstorm Barrier and be like, great, now I can have cover wherever I want it for a set number of rounds, and also people take AP damage and AP and HP damage when they walk through it, which is not so bad. And I don't think, like, spirit summoning is nice, but it's also not something I've been doing a lot of. I could get into it, I guess, you know, if I need a hobby. Yeah, equip all the barriers, become the wall. I mean, there's definitely a reason to feel like, ooh, that sounds like fun. So we can go to the Nalchi, or we can go to the Shangri-La and kidnap Rooster Low. Where does Jomo take me? He wants that new hat. Sure. Why not just do this? We're going to do them in whatever order. Might as well just do this. Who do I want on this ship? actually, yeah, we just equipped a thing. Let's just drop a save. So this is to steal the data and tissue samples. So to me, that sounds like things where, like Isabel and Ractor again. Nope, don't do that. Did drop a save, right? Okay, so we Isabel and Ractor. I haven't taken Gaichu in a while, but he's going to get his other thing coming in soon. Or we better just to do that. Maybe I should just do Gaichu's mission. God, I hate this. I haven't taken Gobbet in a bit. Is that going to be something that's handy? This is research. This is on a ship. Tight corners. Maybe some opportunities for close-up combat. Sure. Could try her Insanity Rock, that's true. Just haven't played with her in a bit. Oh yeah? God, I don't know. This is tough. I'm not worried about taking Duncan at the moment. Sure. The ride out is the whistleblower mission. The ride out to the Nalchi is nerve-wracking. Captain Jomo seems an expert pilot, but massive waves threaten to scuttle his small boat at every turn. Deep thunder rolls in the distance, and at the edge of your vision, lightning occasionally illuminates your target, the MV Nalchi. Merchant vessel, I guess? As Jomo pulls your small craft directly up to the bow of the Nalchi, where you're least likely to be spotted, he throws a rope ladder up over the side, hustling you aboard before pulling away. Time to get to work. I have all manner of things on me. So, Ractor could probably use another kit. And throw some grenades at Isabel. And we'll throw another kit there. Yeah. Maybe just throw another kit on somebody else. Maybe on Gaichu. I mean, Gaichu's probably going to be in the thick of it more than Ractor is. I have a feeling. Is it worth having? Sure. Climbing onto the foredeck of the Nalchi, you pause to catch your breath. The cargo ship rolls and pitches with the waves that batter her sides, and rain assails the deck. Deep thunder rolls overhead. After a tense moment waiting for the inevitable alarm klaxons, you can hear nothing but the storm. This is a haunted ship. Should I have brought Gobbet? Lifting his nose into the rain, Gaichu tastes the air with his tongue. He carefully turns his head, mouth open to catch the most noise. I hear nothing but the storm, and I smell no adrenaline in the air. I believe we have arrived undetected. Isabel stares at her comlink. When she speaks, she doesn't bother looking up. You can smell adrenaline? You get creepier every day. Gaichu, I will not apologize for what I am or what that means for my senses. It is a fact of my existence, as much as your height is a fact of yours. Gaichu turns his unseeing, milky white eyes toward you. Your orders? To keep low and stay behind cover. Gaichu clicks his tongue a few times, then bares his teeth in a rictus grin. This storm is making it nearly impossible for me to hear. It will be much worse for the security on the ship. They will most likely will not notice us if we stay out of sight. If we are seen, they will be forced to use wired alarms, as the storm will make using their radios next to impossible. Gaichu rests a hand on the hilt of his sword and takes a hissed breath over clenched teeth. We should hit them with all possible speed before they can rouse the rest of the ship. Okay. So it sounds like I have not left Gobbet behind during one of... Wait, how do you mean, Metal Commander? I have had Gobbet on a mission with me, and I have finished all the missions, and she hasn't, like, died during one as far as the things go. I haven't taken her on every mission with me. And now I have doubts about how I've been playing the game. Ah... No, Isabel's been on practically every mission just because it's like having a Decker and getting to play in the Matrix is something I really enjoy, so she comes with me. Anyway, let's see. Here we are. Camera control panel. Sorry, just trying to bring a computer or a keyboard forward. See anything else within my vision. Let's drop a save. All right. Let's have a look at this. This is a simple interface for the Nalchi's above-deck systems. Drainage, running lights, water pressure, and cameras. Most of the systems seem to be basic enough that you wouldn't be able to do much with them. The camera feeds don't appear to be broadcast to the bridge. They're going straight to recording. With little work, you could change that and get a better view of the deck. Well, let's hack the camera feeds. After a few moments of fiddling with the cables, Isabel closes the panel up. There we go. I've rebooted the cameras and patched them into our comm links and locked ship security out. Couldn't get into the cameras inside the ship, though. They must be on a different circuit. Ah. There's a security camera. There's a guard. There's a conjurer. There's a mage. There's a security camera. There's the captain of that. There's the rigger. This is a big ship. Holy shit. Captain. Enforcer. Lots of cameras. Sniper. And that sign usually means there's going to be some sort of like summoning point. Right there. Okay, so where can we walk? Go over there. can go over here. This is like dodging IC in the Matrix, except they're all real people. Conjurer, guard. Is it worth going into combat to take these guys out immediately? I would assume so. Ah. Everyone gets a turn. I think I would want to... Is it better to move up and risk them seeing us, or is it better to move over around all sides and try to... There's a guy over here too, that mage. I don't know how I avoid these guys, is the problem. I can do this. Give me eyes on what's happening over there. Raptor. Does Raptor find a hole and go into control mode? Alright, so he gives Koshe some movement. Koshe goes into control mode. He's got 5 now. Isabel, I think, could park herself under light cover. More effective to have her. Let's cover on the wrong side. Haven't got made yet. Alright. Straight up ruins this guy's day. There we go. It's like I knocked him out. Change stances. Alright, let's see here. What are my options? Okay. I think we just engage. Yeah. Yeah, I got someone's attention. I can't move any further through here. Oh. I thought there was more I could move over here. Well, piss. That's just a place to hide. Lightning fells the oak. Okay. So then Beej, like an idiot, am I going to hurt myself if I do this from here? I assume I might. What if I go back behind here, then shoot? Take an aim shot. That's good. I like that. I think Koshay's got this. So Beej just, what? Comes over here around the corner. Zot. Increase crit. Anything else I can touch out here? No. I cannot interact with the camera in any way. It looks like it's been compromised anyway. I don't think there's anything over here. Does not appear to be. So that guy is an issue. So I know there's a summon spirit over here. I can feel it. And in fact, I can summon it. Okay, that is definitely not what I expected to have happen. Strip armor, heal wound, water bolt. Strips armor, strips armor. Hydro daggers. Wow, you are not good at this. Raptor posts up over here. Puts Koshay in control mode. Koshay. Rather, let's say Isabel. Probably can't make the hit from there. She's gonna have to do it from here. Because that's where the alarm is. Needs to hit one of those people. Can't do it. Can't do it. Targets the mage. Tries again. That's pretty good. Koshay. Need to engage with these guys. Koshay also has flashbangs. Is it worth trying to use a flashbang? Maybe easier to walk Koshay over to somewhere big is that? Yeah. So what if we walk him over to here? Oh, you can just move over there. Cool. Is it worth it to do this? Probably. Let's try it. Oh, they're all wanting to do something. I can hit this person from here, apparently. I could also put down a, I could also put a charge down. And then I could try to hit this guy. Which is pretty good. Alright, Isabel can't see. In order to get to a location where she can see, oh, she can't get through where that dude is. Let's try Gaichu. Let's see here. Who have we got? I could ruin this man's day. Surging volcano. Jesus. We'll come back to you. Okay, so now these guys... I mean, they're all lined up. It seems like the best thing to do is just use another grenade. We can use this guy. That's 2. Attacks. Oh, you are not good at this. It's fine. You weren't much help anyway. Okay, so Raptor... we're gonna have him overclock Koshé again. I'd like Koshé to have a little more stuff to do here. And maybe... quickness and strength. Sure. Isabel walks around the corner and just, like, ices this dude. Wow. Okay, so now that guy's, well, he's out, but he might come back. Maybe it's just easier to walk him up and... or do that again. Still fine. Cool. Can't interact with the alarm settings at all. I have no idea if there's anything behind here or not, but it just looks like that's the opening down into the area where they store stuff. I should probably still be careful. I want to stand right there. Who do we got? We've got a sniper, we've got an enforcer, we've got another captain. So this is the panel. That's the captain. I feel like one of these is a good home for Ractor. I'm not sure where yet. Maybe over here. Better off giving some people some haste, giving myself some haste. And just post up over here. Isabel. One left, that's fine. Ractor. Move over here. Get Koshie into follow mode. Or maybe over here, or maybe over here. Over here. That's handy. Koshie is now in follow mode. Alright. He is going to kneecap somebody. Gaichi's gonna go ruin his day, maybe? Sure. Isabel has this going on, and it's just like, it's a pretty good start. You want to run to, yeah, you run towards where the grenades are coming from. Always a great idea. Beach posts up. He's going to enjoy all of this. Deadeye shot. Takes another shot. Does not miss. Still has a shot left. Raptor, on the other hand, can he see what his creation is doing? He can. There we go. What else does he want to do to it? Up its quickness and strength. That's pretty good. That thing's sleeping, so maybe he should engage over here, actually. Can't see. Can do some damage. That's upsetting. There we go. Do some real damage. Increases chance of a critical hit. I thought we'd get there. Kaichu cannot coup de grace. We can. All right, we go for it. Ah! Yes! Cannot spit from there. Behind light cover. Zot. Do it again. I'll just keep doing it. And again. I need to ensure that I kill you. Better just move over to here. Did not help. Does Raptor come over here and shoot this guy? Does Koshie just come over here and shoot this guy? Nope. You can see him at least. Aimed shot. Raptor gets the kill. Yes. All right. Only below decks is the next step. It's a good thing we had all those cameras, I guess. Yeah, there was no way we were getting below decks without either setting off the alarms or killing everybody, so. So, we got to D deck, get the tissue samples, get the project data. As you creep down onto D deck, the ship is eerily quiet. The sound of the withering storm is muted to low moans of wind and shuddering vibrations when lightning strikes. Collecting yourself, listen carefully for any other sounds. Nothing. Your presence on the ship appears to be as yet a noticed time to save. You're absolutely right. Isabel plants a hand on her hip, consulting her comlink. I'm not picking up any radio chatter. We should be in the clear as long as we can avoid getting into any fights. The storm's noise is muffled enough down here that they'll definitely notice if we start something. Let's get the goods and get out. Minimal fuss. Isabel hefts her rifle and nods. You're the boss, Beej. Lead the way. Save. 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 All right. Open door. What's in here? Diagnostic computer. This computer appears to be for monitoring and controlling ship systems, power routing, alarm systems, and bilge pumps. Like everything else in the Nalchi, it's an obsolete piece of junk that doesn't even have a VR interface. Just a touchscreen and keyboard? What kind of penny-ante bullshit is this? Isabel, hey, you know what? I bet we could screw with the guards down here using this computer, draw them away to a different deck or something. Investigate the power routing system. The power routing system appears to be connected only to some low-level ship functions. Sewage control, HVAC, and backup battery control. Doesn't look like there's much you can do with those. Oh, I don't know. Backup. We have sewage control and backup, so back up the sewage. Investigate the alarm systems. This alarm system doesn't seem connected with the actual security alarms. It appears to be primarily a voltage and short-out protection system that engages if there is a power overload somewhere on the ship. A few tweaks, you could probably fake a voltage overload elsewhere on the ship. Fake an alarm. With a few adjustments, you set off a system test alarm on C deck. It won't fool anyone for long, but they'll have to go to C deck to make sure it's not a real alarm. Alright, we have apparently done that. There's nothing else to do in this area. Electrical box. Electrical box. This panel's door is hanging open. The wires inside sparking occasionally. It looks like someone was recently in the process of working on the cabling, but was called away. This might provide useful access to ship systems. Searching through the wires and cables, it looks like someone was in the process of upgrading the internal camera system for the knowledge feed. They left the wires exposed. Anyone with basic electronics knowledge could patch their comlink into the feed. Hack the cameras or rewire the cameras. Rewire the cameras. Let's just have Ractor do a thing for once. Ractor rapidly begins rewiring the electronics panel, swapping plugs and wires across several boards. After a moment, the panel emits a soft beep. There we are. You should be receiving the camera feeds on your comlink now. Aha, yes. That's handy. Oh yeah. That's some terrifying mist. Some things have to be done over there. A toxic barrel. I like how it's like you can see all of this room all the way down, and it just kind of peters out over there. There's a vent. There's a vent. There's a vent. Interesting. There's a door. Security guard, security guard. So that's an issue. That door is shut. That area is open. All right. Nothing else in here, right? We've successfully done what we need to do. There are no vents in this area. Walk into the hallway. Let's drop a save, so I don't have to do all that stuff again. Oh yeah, look at that. They're having a little buffet. Let's see what's on the menu. Looks like, soups. And this might be like one of those, like, make your own pho type things. Yeah. Seems like not a bad idea. Open the door and let me in. What's in here? Crew quarters. Ooh, inspect. Dun, 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 dun. Hell yeah, I'll take that. I can't take it. Can I send something else to my stash? For Christ's sake, I guess we just send it to stash. I have no free items slots. Send to stash. Oh well, whatever. Nothing else, eh? Nothing else. Well, there's the open door over here. There's also this one over here. So let's go this way. Open door. Anyone in here? No. Locker. Phosphorus grenade. Take. Sure don't have any free item slots. Nothing else to interact with. Okay. That goes in there to go in there. This goes over here to go in there. Pick up. Medkit. I will take that. That's no good. All right. was an advanced kit too. Oh, there's another one over there. Well, we'll have to worry about that in a minute. I want to go in everywhere that's kind of open-ish and doesn't feel like it's time to it's party time. I guess I could swap some stuff over myself, right? I could make a hole in my I can make a hole in my own thing by just being like, oh, you know what would work is I give you that. That would give me an open hole for stuff. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, time for some Space Invaders. Just rummage for change. Look at these things. I figure that's some sort of like DDR-esque thing. Pool table. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. Some sort of VR interface. Classic looking. Oh, that's Tron. That's Tron. That is Tron right there. Look at that. That joystick. The decorations. Is that a trackball or is that a disc? I think that's a trackball because that's how you used to have to do the things with. Or was it a? Yeah, man, it's good though. Like this looks like Road Blaster or something. Anyway, go ahead, snoop around. Fire suppression controls, or pick up. Advanced med kit. All right. Well, let's see here. Can you just send stuff to your stand? Ah, story items can your retrieve post mission. Okay. I mean, it might be a good way to get things into other people's hands, but just give her a med kit. I'll slide some over there. Raptor has a bunch of medkits. Security camera. Not showing anything over here. I could go in this way, but that gets me into potentially a fight with these dudes. I want to make no peeps. Oh wait, fire suppression controls. That's right, I almost forgot about those. This is a control panel for the ship's water pumps and fire suppression system. The knobs and switches here can cut off or supply water to anywhere in the ship with an outlet. The readouts indicate that fire suppression system doesn't have any safety locks engaged on it. By adjusting pressure, you can flood the hallways leading to this deck, slowing down the guards trying to reinforce the area. This would certainly set off a shipwide alarm and draw every available guard to your position, however. Well, let's not do that. At least, not yet. Anything in this space? So there is a med kit I can get from there. There's some such nonsense going on over there. Let's get a wider shot of what's going on. To step into there would be interesting. I feel like, because I can, I want... No, hang on. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. I want him to go through the vent. Cool! I took a look, boss. Hell yeah, I'll take that. give you a little extra movement. All right, Crochet. There's nothing interesting in this room. Probably don't want to go back through there. All right. Let me just bring him back over here. Haven't drawn anyone's attention yet. Especially when I walk through there. There is nothing in there. It's funny, because I feel like if I shoot that barrel and it explodes, that's almost a good thing. Save game. Can I just get into this space? The answer is yes. Tissue storage. The cold storage tank and attendant machinery are lit from within the organic suit by flickering baleful lights. The tank containing Omega Sequence 358 Gamma, or Golf, chugs quietly with the hum of pumps and coolant. As you look at the tank, the fluid shifts and there is a soft thump as a mass of organic matter drifts up against the glass. A pale, lidless eye stares at you from within the tank. If it's that wet, you don't need lids. The face it resides in is a ruined mass of tumors and scabrous pustules, a mutated mass of teeth, and indeterminate growths dominating what should be the nose and mouth region. As you look, it fixes its lone eye upon you, the pupil flickering back and As you look, it fixes its lone eye upon you, the pupil flickering back and forth as it tracks your motions. Raptor leans closer to the tank, tapping it with the back of one index finger. That's mean. Fascinating. Mutation and cancerous growths on a massive scale, yet the creature is still living, albeit with a great deal of technical assistance. I'm amazed they've managed it. I mean, cancer cells are just heavily mutated human cells, so I guess if you just grow tumors forever, that's... If everything's tumory, then... Christ, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Isabel, that's a cold damn way to look at it. Isabel jabs a finger at the tank, gritting her teeth. This is a living being, Raptor. Shut up, everybody, shut up. Raptor's nonplussed and simply shrugs and continues the conversation when we should be really fucking quiet. Research requires sacrifice. This creature's life and death will be meaningless unless humanity learns from it, be it the data itself or a caution against science without ethics. Terminal, Eastern Tiger, Cool Core Pro. Version 2.2.6, please input command. Take samples and turn off power. After a few moments of worrying, a small drawer opens to present you with a rack of vials. Each one contains a scrap of tissue. You power down the machinery, the lights in the vat dim, and the creature slowly closes its single eye. As the last of power fades, the creature drifts away from the glass. All right. Eastern Tiger, FileOS 2.2.1. Files, Development Diary, Project Overview, Development Diary, Phenotypic Alteration, Development Diary, Longevity Research. Well, let's have a look at File 1. Initial research into metagenetics presents a singular challenge, to wit, the study not of genes themselves, but of the interaction between genetics and the unseen world of astral space. If the creation of a particular metatype or magically expressed phenotype was as simple as the recombination of given amino acid sequences, then the creation of mages would be as simple as the expression of a given eye color or a skin tone. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, such expressions are far more complex. The expression of traits previously considered to be supernatural is a complex interplay between mundane DNA, the condition of the ambient manosphere at the time of development, and the interactions between genes and what we have dubbed astral shadows. Any research into these is fraught with difficulty due to their resistance to traditional, that is to say, technological, instruments. Ergo, Omega Sequence 358 Golf is a project decoupled from the usual safeguards against project overruns. We have been granted extensive magical assistance in our pursuit of higher metagenic understanding, as well as autonomy from legal concerns. Do it at sea, and, you know, anything you do in international waters is nice and legal. As such, Omega Sequence project materials must be kept in Eastern Tiger secure facilities only. Deviation from this may result in local law enforcement interest, and subsequent cleanup costs can be prohibitive. Phenotypic alteration. Phenotypic alteration is the key process which allows for the Omega Sequence project to progress. Ordinarily, the organism's phenotype is set and cannot be changed after a very early point in development. Morphology, phenology, replication processes, any alteration in the coding sequence of a living organism is invariably fatal. I mean, you know, that's okay. Except in the case of the Omega Sequence, we made a new paragraph because this person knows how to write. A combination of alkylating agents, ambient mana control, and potent alpha emitters allow us to control the replication of the Omega Sequence metagene. This is accomplished through alteration of the interactions between DNA and their astral shadows, the building blocks of metagenics and mana-based abilities. I keep mana and mana. Keep going back and forth. All right. To understand this concept, consider an Indonesian shadow play. Fine. The story one watches is not of the puppets, but the shadows they cast. A skillful puppeteer manipulates not just the puppets, but the space between the screen and the viewer. So too is it with metagenetics. Magical aptitude, metagenetic traits, and formerly unknown parazoology are revealed when mana levels reach a sufficient point to allow the astral shadows of DNA to engage in their delicate, powerful dance of replication. To change the metagenetics of the organism, we do not manipulate only the subject's DNA, but the space between that DNA and the astral plane. We cast the requisite shadows, engendering change that cannot be explained solely by base pairs, alleles, and nucleotides. Control is our challenge. Control is a delicate art. It requires patience and perseverance as well as scientific acumen, but with a fine enough degree of control, we will be able to replicate magical abilities, trait expression, and black swan effects. This is really cool, actually. The idea that, like, whoever wrote this did a great job of smushing all this together. And the idea they're like, you know, astral planes out there, and if we just kind of like, you know, smush somebody's DNA closer to the astral plane and cast the right shadows, we could maybe, you know, ignite their spark. Anyway, what are these black swan traits? Individuals born during events which cause ambient mana to spike have been known to express extreme magical potential and meta traits not possessed by the majority of their metatype. Research into Homo sapiens nobilis subjects born during the Awakening, for instance, indicate that ordinary elven longevity simply does not apply, that there is no upper bound to their telemetric regeneration. Effectively, they appear to be immortal. Right, because your telomeres degrade, and that means the your DNA can't continue to reproduce properly, because as you age, you're always undergoing slight changes in your DNA because the program replication isn't exactly perfect. So this idea that it's like as your telomeres get older too, it's like the copies degrade, continue to degrade. Eventually, the telomeres just like become too short. They become uncopyable. Anyway, it's my understanding. Eastern Tiger, here we go. Longevity research. Did we do this yet? No. The goal of the Omega Sequence project is to harness and unlock these black swan meta traits, beginning with the question of the longevity factor in Homo sapiens nobilis. Treatments for extending human lifespans already exist, of course. Organ transplantation can extend life by up to 50 years, and leonization treatment can theoretically extend life for several hundred. Yet the drawbacks of these are apparent to anyone who scratches the surface. Leonization is prohibitively expensive and erodes the patient's essence with every treatment, leading to eventual systemic collapse. I did not do any vocal warm-ups. Organ transplants can preserve the body, but plaques build up in the patient's neural tissue, and the patient must take a cornucopia of immunosuppressants for the duration of their life. True longevity lies in preventing aging from occurring at all. Omega sequence 358G represents our most advanced metagenetic prototype yet. Preliminary results indicate that the test clone's age will lock at 19 years and progress no further. In order to test this, we have induced artificial aging of the clone through our fast-grow organ replacement process. Unfortunately, this has led to an explosive cancer and mutation rate, rendering it non-viable for any other types of metagenetic research, even though the value of this test subject cannot be overstated. Oh, well, guess what? I just ruined that. Got the data. Objective added. Escape! With the data and tissue sample secured, you're ready to make your escape, your exit from the Nalchi. Pulling your comlink, you dial Captain Jomo. The Malaysian orc's face springs to life in your comlink, his tusky maw spreading a grin. Jomo is listening. You ready for pickup, my friend? We're standing by and have the eyes on the ship. Make it fast. Things might heat up. Easy lot. We'll be there in a few minutes. Be ready right where we dropped you off, friend. With that, Jomo disconnects the call. In a few minutes, the only thing between you and Hong Kong will be the open ocean. Last detail to inform the Johnson everything is complete. Last detail is to inform the Johnson everything is complete and have him transfer payment. You rapidly dial the number Kindly Chin gave you for Tagath. The elf on the screen has the bearing of someone who had no time for pleasantries, and his tone is flat when he speaks. This is Tagath. This is a task done. We're done here. We can release the data at a time inside of your choosing. That was swiftly done. Unfortunately, there's been a complication. I can't transfer your payment until we meet in person. Oh, yeah? I've had a tail on me since I arranged the room with Kindly Ching. I think the Silpas have caught up with me and are watching to see what I'm up to. I can shake the tail, but I need to ensure my safety before this is done with. I can help with that, but it'll cost you. Like the Grimaces nods his head in agreement after a few seconds. I'll pay whatever it takes to get them off my back. If I can't, my family's still dead. I have a safe house in Ho Chung Village that I set up before landing here. Meet me there. Call me when you're close, and I'll shake the tail. As long as we get it handled in a hurry, I should be clear to get out of Hong Kong. My rates just went up significantly. We can discuss whatever extra payment you think is fair once we meet in person. Disconnect the call and pocket your comlink. Things just got a whole lot more complicated. Isabel, I don't like this one bit, Beej. Last-minute plan chases are the fastest way to get killed, especially if somebody bloodthirsty like these Sulpa rings are involved. This whole thing stinks. Sure does, but how else are we going to get paid? Listen, just keep your eyes open and be ready for anything. I want to come home in one piece, okay? You start to move away from the Mega Sequence cargo. You realize your comlink is buzzing with an incoming call. Pulling it back out of your pocket, you answer. Huang Jai-min. The caller's expression is pleasant, but there is a level of unspoken menace in his eyes, the glint of killer. Good evening, Beej. My name is Huang Jai-min, and I represent the Blue Heavens Solpa Ring. Just become aware that you are in possession of data and tissue samples from Project Omega Sequence 358 Golf. I'd like those samples, and I'm willing to pay you for them. Who are you, and how did you get this number? Quite frankly, your employee doesn't know the first thing about Matrix security. We've hacked his comlink and his rental car. I simply redialed you once you called him. My apologies for such an unorthodox introduction. My man of your stature should be afforded more respect, but time is short. I understand you are an associate of Kindly Chang's. My own organization is far too trivial to have attracted her notice, but I believe you can help me change that. Merely doing business with you will increase our standing a great deal, and since I have information that may save your life. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement? What do you mean, save my life? The Blue Heaven Ring has been retained by Eastern Tiger in order to prevent the theft of the Omega Sequence data and samples, the very things you've just taken. Your employer, whose full name is Tagath Wright, has been attempting to acquire them for some time. The entire reason the data and samples are being shipped to Seoul is because of a botched Shadowrun, one in the Eastern Tiger facility in Tacoma, where the project was being developed. Tagath Wright was the Johnson for that run. Your employer is not who he says he is, nor is motives pure. He was never employed by Eastern Tiger and has no family in Seoul. As near as I've been able to determine, he's an agent of the Terangir. I had a feeling something was up. Information Secretariat. A spy, if you will. It's a tier elf doing hitting Eastern Tiger. I'm not certain, but I suspect that the Council of Princes has an interest in suppressing research into elven longevity. Every scientist working on the question of potential elven immortality has been disgraced or disappeared, except for those employed by Eastern Tiger. I suspect that the elves have secrets they'd rather not have the rest of the world know. Hi, I'm an elf. Wrights attempted to intercept Eastern Tiger's cargo at every port it's landed at. The strike in Tacoma was only the first. There's a second attempt in Perth, and a third near the Riau Islands against the very ship you're now on. Don't think for a moment that Wright will hesitate to kill you as soon as you hand the data over to him. So what do you say? I can pay for the data you have, and both of us can eliminate Wright and whatever hired guns he's brought along. I think this is a fair arrangement. I mean, how do I know this guy isn't lying to me? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to commercial briefly because I need to for other reasons. So here, enjoy some slides about commercials. For example, Tabletop Day is coming up, and you can check our calendar to see when that is happening. I believe it's closer than we think. But do check that out, and of course watch all the other slides, and maybe there are things that you're interested on those slides as well. How do you know you're not even lying to yourself? Right? Yeah, this is one of those things where I'd be like, I would call my fixer and say, what the hell do you think I should do about this? But, I mean, also, it's like, so anyway. Let's go to commercial. Back in a few minutes. I am so proud of you guys. I've only been catching up on the chat for like the last minute or so, but I'm just like, yeah, this is good. This is good. Everybody's got an opinion. But what matters here, of course, is my opinion. And a very interesting question was put to me before I broke for the break. Wow, yeah, just go back quite a way. And Horace5 asked it, so what is Adam Beej Savadan's idea of business ethics? Finish the job or don't give the data to an awful person? And it's like, that's the thing. So here's where I'm at. I'm employed by Kindly Cheng. She reaches out with a job and says, we need you to do this thing. This person has said this. She's like, looks legit. This guy contacts us and is like, yes, come do whatever. And I'm like, the moment I talk to him, I'm kind of like, you changed the rules of not the rules. You changed the conditions of employment in the middle of the contract, which is not how this works. So already we're on worse terms, because the idea is like, I want to get paid, but you can't just do things like this. And true, as Desa 28, yes. She is the one who vets things for us. She's the one who is supposed to look into all this and make sure that everything's chill. So imagine what happens is that this guy reaches out, they have a story, they make up a bunch of good stuff, present it in whatever way, and, throw some, and kind of just throws it out there, right? Like so you're not only just working for Kindly Cheng, you're also representing Kindly Cheng. However, if I lose, are we losing face if how we were brought to the arrangement is through lies? Because you came expecting an honest business agreement, and you lied through the whole thing. The whole premise of it was a lie. If you just come and said, I need some data stolen from wherever, please do that, and then we get to decide whether they work with you or not. But instead it's like, I'm going to invent an elaborate backstory to make you believe something, and then turn around and just and just show that's built on this complete lie. It's like, well then I feel like you didn't tell me you didn't tell me all of the information here. I mean, is fuck this, I'm going home an option? Archmage Blackstone asks. And in a way, it's like, why don't I just put everything back? I'd just be like, you know what? Fuck it. Put everything back. I want to leave and just go home. I'm done. Except that now this is my, it's like, I want to put everything back, and it's like, cool. Well, we're gonna kill you because you're on the ship, because we can do that now, and you don't have anything of ours that's a problem. So, and we, apparently did kill the experiment. So it's like, what are my ethics? I don't like being lied to. However, these experiments are horrible also really resonates. It's like, on the one hand, I'm like, yeah, you know, this kind of research is important. In so much as it's like, this could be, you know, this could, any sort of, okay, research in general can be important, and this is the kind of research where I'm like, if you can figure out how to do these kind of things, this seems like, oh, can you slow down, can you slow down aging? People have been trying to do that for quite some time. We have so much knowledge about how DNA works because of, I think, of that kind of momentum as well. Is be like, well, what causes cancer and what causes people to age? Are there ways we can stave that off because we're all like afraid of dying? I think that's just a trait that's built into humanity. So the idea that it's like, is it worth anything? And you know, that depends on like your level of ethics, right? And it's like where what your morals and your ethics allow you to do. And I'm just like, as far as this game goes, I'm like, I think it's important that the research continues, except that I also look at what they're doing and I'm like, but this turns my stomach, that you basically just grown so much cancer on an actual living being because you're like, we got to accelerate this and do whatever. It's like, yeah, that sucks. You know, like, I had no idea this is what was going on. And so you're confronted with that and you're like, well, I'm here to finish this. Do I just stop? I mean, I took everything and I killed the thing and I kind of feel okay about it because I'm like, these experiments could stop now. That's kind of okay by me. And I felt pretty good about that. And then I called the guy and it's like, well, he lied to me. And I don't like being lied to about this, but I also don't like him shooting me in the face. Do I think I can handle right is the other question. It's like, I feel like I could. I feel like I'd be given the option. I could probably actually just waste this guy and do whatever with the information, because I'm like, I don't think it's right that, especially from the political stance of it, that elves are like, we don't like this idea. If I believe what this guy is saying, because if I bust it right down, this dude calls me and says, okay, let's just figure this out. Here's the truth as I want you to see it. Who knows if that's true or not, right? But it's like, here's the truth as I want you to see it. The truth that Tygath told me turns out probably a lie, felt like a lie the way he was acting. So I feel like in order to figure this out, I'm better off going to meet Wright, confronting him and saying, we need to, like, I want to ask what's actually going on here. And then I get to make a decision about what's actually going on here. Because you brought me in, you involved me in the process, like in this whole thing. You want me to steal this stuff and then bring it to you. But now that I know now that I think I know way more about it, I want to ask you some questions about what's going on here. And if you kill if you kill the guy who's going to pay you, you don't get paid. But this, I think, also sends a message. Don't come back to Kindly Cheng expecting us to just do whatever lies you come up with. We are not going to, I mean, yeah, unless you also rob him. It's like, I think going to, like, saying to Huang Jaimin, it's like, you know what, my dude? I have nothing to fear from you. You've already made that clear. It's like, you said that you're a small deal dude. But also, I don't want you to have this back. I would rather, if it was up to me, I'd be like, I'd rather go to Kindly and say, Here's what I found. You know? Here's what happened. Here's how it all played out. And frankly, I don't agree with this or this or this. I don't agree with a lot of these things. Because I don't agree with the guy who hired us in the first place, and, you know, he did whatever. And this guy I don't agree with, and being like, give us the research back. It's just like, no. You know what? This is horrible what you're doing. Find another way to do what you're doing. It's important research. I just don't think you're doing it the right way. I think face is way more important here. That it's like, we were lied to, but I should have to see it through. And to Huang, it's like, no. You know what? You don't get the data. Wright doesn't get the data, and I'm gonna go look after Wright. And if Kindly wants to give the stuff back to you, or wants to give it to Eastern Tiger directly, or do whatever, it's like, she can worry about that. All you've done is give me new information, and now I get to go talk to Wright. So you know what? I'm not gonna give you whatever, but I'm not gonna do number one. I think I'm gonna do number two. Huang's expression darkens, his tone grows cold. I'd hoped we'd be able to come to an arrangement, but if you refuse to see reason, bullets may prove a more effective argument. No one crosses the blue heaven ring and lives. Your death will be an object lesson in that. Ractor, well, I think you've made a new friend, Beej. I think he's unwittingly just gotten in far over his head. Our rep speaks for itself. Let's get back to Hong Kong. Put your comlink away and check the time. Captain Joma should be arriving any minute. Time to head back to Hong Kong and what awaits. I believe we've taken everything we can, except we didn't beat these guys up and take their food, which would have been, you know, fun in its own way. Top deck. Thank you, Archmage. The milk run was definitely, sure was a hell of an experience. Disembark. Thank you. Well, thank you for saying I'm impressive, Omnipotent Trevor. Yeah, why didn't we come down from the ladder? We should have just done that. Would have been easy. The milk run was, yeah, having that put to us as a thing, I was just like, whew, that's, this is a rough idea. But, yeah, like, as I remember it, we were trying to come up with ideas for things to do. I think Ian thought of the milk run. I think. We were trying to think of, like, we got to have some races, but we also have to have, like, some feats of strength and whatever. The Coke Mule, I forget, might have been Alex, I can't remember. But I mean, a lot of things we arrived on in part as well. But what I do remember is that we were trying to think of something else to do. And I walked away for a minute to go get something, and when I came back, I realized, I'm like, what would be really funny is to do a race like QWOP. But how do you do that? And the idea is like, because it's like, well, you can't press keys. You need some sort of method to make people move. Oh, wait. And I devised the idea of taping off your arms and legs, and it was like, and we just roll a dice and let that figure it out. So the dice will be the one that tells us how to move. And which is funny because it's like, it's mostly, because it's kind of like Twister as well, right? Because I'm like, I was thinking we'd use like a spinner, but making a spinner sucks. And so it was like, why don't we just get a dice and just have like the D4 and just roll it, and that's 4 limbs. It's like, oh, that works too. And that whole idea of, we had said, how we set up for it was great, because otherwise everyone moves at the same time. It was like, okay, everybody pick a limb now, and you all shove your limb into a circle like in the Hokey Pokey, and then we roll the dice, and it's like, okay, so now that's green or whatever it was. It was like, so well, we don't think we had to do the thing with the dice. I think it was basically like, everyone shove one in 3, 2, 1, and you put whatever in. And it's like, okay, great, here's green, mark that with green. Okay, now shove in your next limb. And in some cases it'd be like a lot of people put in like their same arm at the same time. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll put my leg in instead then, because we kind of want to have some variation, because you don't want to be like having everybody put their left arm in at the same time and being like, oh, well, when it's white, everyone's got their left arm in. That would be funny, but would it be necessary? And I wanted it to be like, that, because you could use all 4 limbs to move, and it's like, maybe we can make it so you can actually like crawl along or do whatever. That would be very interesting. But that whole the whole feel of it's like if you go low, then you risk throwing yourself off balance because you're not sure how to actually move that way. And I thought there's no way though that we're going to like anyone's going to get so ridiculous that people are going to fall over. But we do have that option that you do get disqualified if you fall over. And so the fact that Ian fell and then Alex fell was like, oh my god, this actually worked. This was tense in a way. And then for Serge and I to both have like left foot blue and to be that close and to have it be like within a millisecond, like a photo finish to make that happen was like, this worked out so much better than I thought. No one got so far ahead. So, yeah. I was really pleased with that. And the Yeet Kobe, I think, was Heather's idea, where she's like, what if you did a thing where you're throwing, like, it's like shot put or whatever, where you throw a thing, but then you have to try to get, like, another one. And we're like, oh, it's like boules then, right? And so there was a lot of conversation about what that would entail. And just the idea of you yeet something for distance and you have to Kobe for accuracy. It's like, this is actually one of the simplest games, but just as a goofy name. But it is really a simple idea of, if you can throw something, great. How far you can get really counts, but then how close you can get to the thing, how well you can replicate the experience is like just like a really strong thing that's very easily communicated, I think. So I was like, that's not a bad game. And we might see those things come back. Like, I know we were talking about, well, should we do like the high five jump again? We were like, well, taking a ladder out to the track and all that kind of stuff. And we were just trying to come up with like new ideas for things we can do. But I'm like, Yeet Kobe was so good, I hope that it comes back. And I'd love to see the Quabster come back again. I could give a shit whether the Milk Run comes back. I think we proved what we wanted to prove. Because drinking milk and then doing 200 meters and then drinking more milk and doing yet another 200 meters was definitely like, we could have gone for the marathon where it's like, do that, like drink one cup of milk instead of they were drinking 450 milliliters of milk. Drink 250 mils, do 100, drink more at the other end, do 100, drink more, and then drink more, and do that as long as you can until you have to give up. That would be fun too, but the problem with that is, what if it never ends, or what if it just keeps going on? That's like, that's kind of, that would be rough. Yeah, it'd be drink until you literally puke or until you just give up. And maybe we have people who would not want to give up for the comedy of it, right? And it's like, yeah, no, I think the way we did it worked great. It was a foot race, and it wasn't a marathon, and yeah. I don't think anyone actually lost it. Everyone held it together pretty well. So, okay. Whistleblower. The boat ride back to Hong Kong is tense. Even Captain Jomo's jovial nature does little to lighten the mood. The deep storm swirls in the sky behind you. Although you've accomplished your mission, you wonder what is in store once you reach Ho Chung Village. What will be waiting for you in Ho Chung? Who will betray whom? And most importantly, how can you survive the night and still get paid? You're certain these mysteries will be revealed, but how you'll learn the answers could be deadly. Let's continue. The Meerkat, we recorded the pre-record about, I think, 2 weeks prior to live. Just happened to be a good day for it, and we knew we had time, so we're like, let's just do this now. And, yeah, it was certainly I'm glad we did it. Like, we'd come up with the ideas. And we're like, oh, the day before, I think, at a writing meeting or something like that. And then we went out and we did it the next day, which helps a lot because it's like you have time to prep all your props and do your shopping and stuff, but you also get the chance to like really think of like. I think that helped Graham a lot too, in terms of being like, this is how I want to shoot it. This is how I want to see things happen. Yeah, it felt really good. The Ho Chung MTR station is a testament to high-class design left to rot over a period of 15 years. Smelling of still urine and mold, this stop has seen better days. With any luck, you'll be able to wrap the job and leave Ho Chung before the sun's fully up. Gaichi runs a fingernail over the glittering edge of his sword before turning to face you. You realize, of course, that Huang is going to be lying in wait for us, yes? That he will try to kill us and steal the data before or during the handoff? Of course you do. It's just plain as day. He seems to know how to play the game. Absolutely, and the best way to play is when you've been dealt the hand he has is to strike from stealth and bring overwhelming force to bear. He knows who we are and what we can do, and that means he'll attack with whatever forces he can muster. Ractor, we should take it slow in Ho Chung. Look around, get a sense of the place. Otherwise, we may walk blindly into the hornet's nest. Nope, just get out. Let's drop a proper save. Okay. So this goes in a lot of directions. There's a stall vendor over there. There's some lighting over there. There's buildings over here. Music. Can I? How far over here can I get? Oh, I cannot. Wait, no, hang on. Slow the F down. Well, we're gonna go by the stall vendor then, so I guess I'm probably gonna talk to the stall vendor. This street vendor is hawking obviously cheap junk he probably bought in bulk from an outlet. Charms, trinkets, and small toys litter his stall. He waves his arms excitedly, drawing you over. Hey, friend! Friend! Come look at my wares! Many fine souvenirs for you. Some information instead. Oh, anyone suspicious? What, other than you? The junk vendor leans back against his stall, tilting his chin upward. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. What can you do for me, Here's some money. 100 nuyen? Whatever. The vendor greedily snatches the cred stick from your palm, turning it over and caressing it like a raccoon with a shiny coin. Yes, good, good. Thank you very much, my friend. There were some mercenaries moving through here earlier. Big guns, nasty expressions. I think they were from outside of Hong Kong. I didn't understand the words they were saying. I didn't see how many there were, less than 10, but enough to be a crowd. The junk vendor goes back to organizing his shop, nodding in your direction. Anyone starts shooting, keep it away from my stall, eh? I don't want any trouble. Ooh, an arms dealer. I'm done talking with that guy, apparently. Okay. Can't go beyond those. It's gotta be over here. Arms dealer. The powerful troll watches you impassively as you approach, her expression unchanging. You look like the kind of person who might be interested in some hardware. You got a need? I can give you a solution. You game? Show me what you have. Weapons, yes. It's all weapons. Outfits, nope. Consumables. Yeah, we still got grenades left. I'm fine. How about some information? Anyone strange hanging around tonight? The troll eyes you passively, taking a long time to ponder before speaking. 250 Nuyen, I'll tell you everything I know. I'm a personal friend of Kindly Cheng's. You help me out, I put in a good word for you. Maybe expand your distribution channels? Troll thinks and then nods enthusiastically. All right, you've got yourself a deal. I saw some tsunami mercenaries arming up further down the canal. Drove right by them as they were strapping on armor and checking their guns. They didn't look particularly happy to be here, but I don't blame them. This is Combat Inc.'s backyard, and they wouldn't be welcome here. You got business with them, keep it away from my van. Just nobody wants us to be near you. Gaichu cocks his head, lips peeling away from his teeth. Tsunami is a name I am familiar with. A Japanese private military firm. Very large and very capable. If they're in the streets of Ho Chung, someone has paid very good money for them. The troll shrugs. I don't know what they're doing out in Ho Chung, and I don't really care as long as I don't get shot at. Looks like a protection detail, though. I didn't catch how many there were, but it was less than 10. They're well geared, but they didn't look like they had anything heavier than rifles or grenade launcher. Alright, that's all for now. LTG access point. This is an LTG access jack used for maintenance and diagnostics. A decker could use this to check recent traffic cameras, adjust grid guide and power flow, and manipulate basic utilities in the local area. Have Isabel jack in? Yes. Always. Let's drop a save in the Matrix. Holy shit, I can't believe I made it. Oh, just about got caught. Right. How am I going to escape that? Oh, Christ. Did not expect that. Alright, time to get out the keypad. I mean, I guess I could, well, if I forced it for 50, the trace would just start. Is that just water on the table? Yeah, it is. Jesus. Well, let's give it a go. Start. Screw it, we got lots of time. Lots of time. Take it right. Are you and your men ready yet? I have a timetable to keep. Don't rush me. You hauled my team halfway across the world for this little adventure of yours, and we've just gotten off the plane. I love how there's all this, like, audio, too. The contract says we'll be ready by 0300 hours, we will. In the meantime, get the hell off my back. Ticket's expression. is one of barely restrained anger. His hands ball up into fists. You better be, you little toad. This is a matter of national security for Tirangir. Tirangire? And given what you're billing me, I expect nothing but perfection. Tsunami Captain, the mercenary commander, is utterly impressed by Tigeth's impotent rage. Spare me. That kind of line might work on rank-and-file troops, but this is my first day on the job. Without my troops, you'd be stuck hiring local scrubs with zip guns. As it is, I'm only here because my boss likes your brother. Tigeth, the elf's eyes narrow to razored slits, and he jabs a finger towards the mercenary. Just be ready, mercenary. I've paid you for your time, and for the duration of this mission, I expect your loyalty as well. Tsunami Captain, I'll do my best. I'll do my job, right? That's what you're paying me for. You do yours. I want to get out of this forsaken pit and catch the next flight back home. Well, is there any other reason to be in here? It does not appear so. Yeah, that's because that's the way out, and that didn't lead anywhere. Let's jack out. Okay. Having done that, drop an actual save in the real world, in the game real world. Yeah. At least we have some actual confirmation that he was screwing with us. Hey, street doc. This street vendor is hawking both traditional Chinese medical supplies and modern trauma kits alike. Feeling down, ginkgo biloba in bulk. Got a cut, dock wagon first aid kid. Plenty of disinfectants. I'd like some information, actually. Oh yeah? What do you want to know? I'll see a lot from my stall. See anyone strange lurking around here? Yeah, I saw this gangster type move through here. Real nasty looker, you know? He had his crew trailing along behind him. They were all speaking Korean, too, which is why I thought it was strange. I don't speak much Korean, but I know around here, the triads rule the roost. You know what I want to do is I want to get these two guys to just work on each other and just be like, hey, you know what? I know who I'm going to give the data to. Which side wins? What can I get for you, my friend? Show me what you got. Some very basic kits and trauma whatever. It's street vendors after all. Sparking wires. You think I'm talking to you? Power cabling here is deeply frayed, threatening to arc into the puddles of water below. Alright, interesting. Arms dealer. What's over here? I feel like this is, I go this way, I get stuck, like, in trying to escape. It's almost like knowing about that is probably a good idea. Arms dealer's over there. All these dragon lines. Are you talky? You don't seem very talky. You just seem like a person. Doing stuff. Nothing to look for. That is definitely a sprite summoning point. Smocking. Arguably here is deeply afraid of the arc into the puddles of water below. I feel like with somebody different on the team, it might have been like, hey, you know, this is important. You'll need to know about this. Alright, so we can just come through here. That's fine. Drops a save while standing on the point. I can see two things. Sparking wires. I believe we explored everywhere else, didn't we? Couldn't get in behind there, I don't think. We could not. Don't walk away. We explored everywhere we can explore. Yeah. Let's go on with our lives then. Talk. Tiggith fidgets nervously as you approach him. His entire body is tense and his eyes flick rapidly around the market as if searching for unseen threats. As he notices you, he relaxes somewhat, but only a small amount. Oh, really? The terminal didn't seem to give me options for that. Let's just quickly reload that. I want to go have a look at the... Because I think all I can do is just take care of the camera. Let's just reload that real fast. Because you can see the camera, learn some new information. I didn't see anything about playing with the grid. I guess because it dropped me out of the camera thing so fast. I didn't think to click in again and see what's happening. Anyway, I'll just let it reload. It's funny, this is the point where it's like, yeah, quick save and quick load seem really, really valuable, but... Let's have a look. Check in. Yeah, that was just the one thing. There's no sort of other things I can do there because it was just a part of the Matrix run. There didn't seem to be anything else I could do. All right, let's continue with chatting. I've got a spirit I can summon if it ends up being a thing over here. Not only being out of here, it's too exposed. In the distance, a police siren wails. Tiggith's hand dives under his jacket as the wailing recedes. He relaxes again. Listen, did you bring the stuff? The faster I can get the stuff and leave Hong Kong, the safer I'll be. Gaichu cackles and lays a hand on the hilt of his katana. You stink of fear, little man. Calm yourself. If a threat arrives, we will deal with it for you. Tiggith stops fidgeting, takes a breath, and nods. Okay, I'm calm. Can we just get this over with? You have bigger problems. Your comlink's been hacked. Tiggith swears under his breath, wiping a hand over his damp forehead. Shit, what? That must be how the Solpas have been staying on me the whole time. You should have been more careful. Right, obviously. The elf gestures at you impatiently. Well, hand over the data and the sample so you can get paid. Then we can all go home safely. Ractor fixes Tiggith with a suspicious glare. Not just yet. None of this makes logical sense, you realize. Of course you would argue the logical part. What about your family, publishing the data? Your concerns have changed to a remarkable degree. Tiggith fidgets nervously, regarding you with suspicion. What do you mean by that? Gaichu, it means, elf, that your lies have caught up with you. We know you're a spy for Tir Tangir. We also know that you've been after the Eastern Tiger data since Tacoma. Tigith. What? A bunch of crazy psychopaths spin a story about me and you're gonna believe them? Your story just doesn't add up, Tigith. You're lying to me. The elf's expression abruptly changed. His fear washes away, abruptly replaced by cold professionalism. His fidgeting ceases almost instantaneously. I see. Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, I need to figure out what to do about this snarl. Ractor. Koshie whirs menacingly, weapons focused on Tigith. I would suggest not making any sudden moves. Koshie's threat analysis software is prone to striking first. Tigith, don't be melodramatic. I'd rather avoid bloodshed if it can be helped. If it's amenable, the deal can proceed as planned. I'm gonna answer some questions first. I suppose I can indulge. You've worked out as rather good hires so far. What's Tingir's interest in Eastern Tiger? Frankly, nothing. Zero. Eastern Tiger just happened to be the company researching into things that it shouldn't be. My orders are to terminate that research. Alright, tell me about Omega Sequence 358 Golf. Research into longevity, telomeres, the elven metagene. You've heard the rumors, I'm sure. Immortal elves hiding in positions of power for centuries, manipulating world events. Total rubbish, all of it. The Council of Princes wants the research shut down. Not only is it unethical, it stokes the flames of anti-elven sentiment. With every resurgent rumor that our people could live forever, we run the risk of another Night of Rage. No other government cares for elves like Tingir, so we take it upon ourselves to destroy that kind of research where we can. Surely you understand, don't you? You've seen the resentment in the face of other metatypes. PM Avers. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Night of Rage. Just everyone turning on the elves. Like, character-wise, being an elf. Well, the fact is that I don't think we got hired for the job. I think what happened is Kindly got approached for the job. As opposed to saying, hey, can you put your elf Shadowrunner on this? It was just like this, right? But it's like, yeah, why the Merc backup? That's a little more important. Night of Rage, on February 7, 2039, signified the date of the single greatest anti-metahuman riot of all time. The anti-metahuman hate crimes were escalating prior to the Night of Rage due to the 14th Amendment to the UCAS Constitution, and similar legislation throughout the world, which proclaimed that metahumans had rights of citizenship. These hate crimes culminated into worldwide riots that saw the death of thousands of people. So it wasn't just directly against elves, but elves were involved. Cool. Thank you for that, PMAers. Yeah. In many cities, metahumans were rounded up and detained for their own protection. This often led to the populations to become sitting ducks for the violence that followed. Many metahumans lost their homes and livelihood. Ah. Holy shit. I don't know. It's not pleasant, but still, I don't think that excuse is good enough, my dude. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty flimsy excuse in the meta, is the thing that keeps me antagonistic towards him. Like, I don't feel like he should have to win me over to his side. I don't like being won over to his side. Archmage Blackstone, the chances of Shadowrun showing up on Dice Friends is solely a function of finding someone who wants to run said campaign and people who want to be on said campaign. And it hasn't come up, it has come up as an idea, but it hasn't come up with anyone firmly saying, hey, I want to run that. And so therefore, it gets slimmer because of that. Yeah, I think just that's a pretty flimsy excuse. Psh, I shouldn't have expected you to understand. You're a creature of lawlessness and chaos and of order and good breeding. There we go. There's the asshole. What do you intend to do about the soul paws? I don't intend to do anything about them. I intend to leave this horrible little island. The question is, what do you intend to do about them? You live here after all. Huang chime in. Before you can answer, a shout rings out. Yeah, what are you gonna do about me? Alright, we met with Tigith. There's a bunch of water on the ground. Huang chime in. You think I'm just gonna let you hand this off without a fight? Nah, that's not happening. I'll tell you what, I'm still gonna let you walk out of here alive. I'll pay you for the data and let you live. Not the elf, though. He dies. Not the idiot brigade line. I don't want to do that. Don't you get the hint? I'm not interested in your pitch. I am Huang Jai-min. I command the Blue Heaven Ring. Huang squares his shoulders, pulling his submachine gun to bear on you. I'm not about to let some 2-bit Shadowrunner scorn me like you did. I'll make you one final offer. You give me the data and samples. Help me kill this elf. In exchange, I'll let you walk out of here alive. It's your distractive. Tigith puts one hand to his ear and utters a single sentence. Move in and secure the area. There's a sudden sound of running, boots on concrete. In a split second, you glance over the elf's shoulder. He's in motion. Fight! Tigith right, magical energy begins to arc around Wright's hands. What now then? It seems we're at an impasse, and I'm about to go back to Portland empty-handed. Ooh, okay. I can kill the elf. I can finish the job. I can get the hell out of here. Absolutely. Number 3 is kill everybody in the whole world. All right. Huang's lips curl back from his teeth and he spits towards you. What? Are you crazy? You won't make it 10 feet, Omae. Repulsive as it is, I have to agree with the little toad. You're not leaving with that data. Let me show you why I'm a survivor. All right. Oh, look at that. Utility grid control. You're up, Isabel. Right, decking during a shootout. I forgot that's something that I can do. All right, she's jacked in. I need to get some guys' attention. Easiest way to do that is just ruin some people's days. All right, who's first? The rigger? Maybe. The soldier? Enforcer? Or Tigith, who's right there. Can also summon a spirit. That could be fun too. Probably best to summon that spirit right now before somebody else does. Monsoon, you say? All right, so what I know is you suck, but you can do stuff like this. Conjurer, Captain, Tigith. Just strip armor. There we go. And maybe we'll have you run interference. What the hell was that all of a sudden? Okay. Post up. Somewhere where there's pretty good... I think Raptor probably here. Lots of cover. Lots of vision. Does this. And turns over control. All right, who's gonna be my first one? We got armor stripped already. Gaichu's right there. That's 2 to get to, that's 1 to get to. Gaichu's right there. He can probably take care of him. So we'll have him go to work on Tigith. Let's see, let's start with stripping you of any sort of activity. And we'll do that again. Oh, right, he's got 5. Whoa, that was quite the distance you threw that. Alright, well, Sawblade Arm then. Or maybe we could go for the shot. Oh, that's a hell of a shot. Alright, Gaichu, your turn. We're gonna have you do Metal Stance, because I don't want to risk you having a problem. It's 1 to do that. And I think I want you to have active defense. And we're going to start over here. And maybe again. That's pretty good. All right. So Isabel needs to be able to get through this whole thing without having to get into a fight. So those 2 guys do that. This one traces a figure 8 pattern. Shit. All right. Would I be better off summoning the assassin? And then using the assassin to assassinate. Can it just keep attacking? It would be great if it could. Great. And Isabel gets the hell out of there. Okay. She did really good. All right. Hack blocker IC. We ready, everybody? Let's go. All right, let's just go next. We got 60 seconds. It's an M at the end. MW. MW. I think that's this one here. Prove it. Sure is. All right. Next. That cannot be seen over there. Attack that one. Let's go. Just go next. We got a minute. No. This one? Okay. Nice. Anything else in here? This is the part of the matrix I was already in. This is the part I couldn't see because we hadn't gotten to this point yet. There are no other entrances or exits. We are done. All right. Give myself more AP. Stand on here. Isabel, in a weird spot. Not a bad spot, just a weird spot. Posts up over here. That's pretty good. Can she do it again, folks? Sure can. All right. What does Raptor do? Raptor increases quickness and strength in his favorite toy. And while he's not in a great spot because he might get picked on, let's see, what else can he do? Use that extra one to up accuracy. That's good. Guide you. I'd love to move him over here and just put out that spore cloud. %90 chance of hitting those guys? That's pretty good. Oof. That's gotta suck. Alright. Whoa! Maybe the metal stance is still good. Sure. Okay. Anyone on our team need healing? Nobody yet. Wow. Well, let's just try... Let's try to keep these guys busy. I murdered that man. Oh, did I ever? I missed that man. I missed him again. I missed him a third time. Yeah, you should just go. I think you should just go. I think I take the shot. Ooh, I sure do. All right, Crochet move behind cover. And then takes a shot. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I would get hit, wouldn't I? would continue to get hit, wouldn't I? It's okay. Oh, hi! Oh, there's a lot of you boys. I went for this awfully fast. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of you. Oh, there's a lot of you. Will that even help? I don't think it will. How will this do? P good? Would I be better off shooting this dude? Yeah, I think so. Ooh, Jesus. Keep taking the shots or maybe refill. I think I need to refill this. Yeah. All right. So Raptor's got that thing. Can't do anything more at the moment. Maybe he just takes a shot at somebody. Who's he gonna shoot? Go for that shot. Go for the 2/3 shot. Maybe gets the shot. I'm not going through them as fast as I should be. Definitely. Like, I am right in the middle, and they have a lot of boys still. Like, maybe I'm better off pulling out. I was trying to keep this position so I could actually wreck more dudes. That was kind of worth it. Nobody qualifies for this yet. Strike the anvil. Anything else I want to do over here? No. Kaichu's got lots left on him anyway. Strike the anvil. Steel cuts the heavens. That's too bad. So what's Koshie gonna do to this adept? Probably keep him from doing anything. Good start. No. That's not good. To hit something. Maybe take that guy out. Everyone's gonna focus on me for a bit. Woof. That's me. Okay, so I'm down, and I need to solve that problem in a big hurry. I feel like if I clear out these guys behind me, I can move everybody back this way anyway. Like, I didn't want to spend the whole fight running, but... Is it better to get out of here and then lob a grenade? Maybe it is. And just be like... And then Isabel says, well, if we're gonna have a grenade party. She cannot get that far. She cannot. All right. If we're gonna have a grenade party, everyone's invited. Including this jackass over there, maybe. All right, she's out of ammo. She can make this shot, though, it looks like. Or does she reload? Maybe she reloads. Okay, I still got a couple more turns. Or, I don't know if I can get to me. No, you need a dock wagon kit in order to do that. So probably I need to shoot something. Who am I gonna shoot? The one that I have a half and half chance of making the shot, I guess. Gaichu, on the other hand. Move them up. Or look after what's behind. I think we do this. I'm thinking the heaven stance. Do it again. You're next. Oh, that's a lot of armor damage. This might be a reload. All right, Isabel does not have a dock wagon kit. All right, has marked target. We have been using this all this time. Or just this, and is like, what if we did this? What if we moved up behind cover and did that? Okay, can't save. All right, do this. It's not bad. It's not bad. Do it again. Raptor has... Okay, so is there no way to help me? Like, I can't just give somebody, I can't just put a kit on me. Alright. Well, we're gonna do this. Grenadier has really, really good armor. Yep. Oh, geez, that must be his. Okay, so Raptor cannot heal manually. He can do this. And he can shoot some people. Who's he gonna shoot? That guy. Gaichu is going to do this. Start. Take out the mage. That should be it. I mean, I die, I think, after this, right? That should be game over, I think. Yep. All right, load last save. Let's have a look at what everyone's carrying again, because I'm surprised that we don't all have dock wagon kits, because I thought we all left with dock wagon kits. And I guess we didn't. I have to go through all that conversation again. That's fine. All right. I got a dock wagon kit. Gaichu has a dock wagon kit. Reactor's gonna need one. I feel like I can put that in my stash. Put this over here. And give them dock wagon kits and get some backup off the ground. Alright. Can I buy them and put them on people? If I buy this and I go confirm. good. Ah, this is how we change out our fetishes. Give him a number 2 then. This reactor's going to need one as well. Another one. Confirm. Reactor gets one as well. Everyone's got one now. I think the idea is where we were was not bad, but yeah, leaving me out in the open like that probably just made things worse overall. I became too much of a target, obviously. So we're going to confirm that. I still have that mummy fetish I could haul out. Let's save. Feels like the thing to do, judging from everything we can see in the area. So being here is like, oh, look at how awesome this is, but I'd have to actually set up some cover around me. Because I could also come to here, which is... That's a medium one, I think. Not a bad place to be. It gets me right in with that problem. But yeah, I guess I could go over here and I could immediately like set up a fire barrier or something. Or not the fire barrier. What's my other ability? Pick a place not in a puddle of water. Yes. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. All right. Well, let's just do it. Let's see how far we get. Comlink's been hacked. Should have been more careful. Story doesn't add up. Answer some questions first. Then Hong shows up. Not interested in your pitch. The guys move in. Both of you are crazy. I'm walking out of here with the data. Okay. So, I believe first thing we did was send Isabel to the utility grid control. I think everybody who was going to be an issue has kind of already moved into that. If I move here, and I put down a lightning barrier that gives me medium cover on that, which is kind of not a bad thing to have. Right, because I tried summoning the spirit. They have a conjurer? They do have a conjurer. That's why I summoned the spirit, that's right. It was like, summon the spirit so that it's on my side. That slows them down. And then we could, like, I could chase out to here. There's no real places to hide over there, though. I feel like it's almost better to, like, electrocute them. Just full push in on here so I have some cover over here. So I guess I'll summon the spirit first. Pick on the mage, do we pick on the conjurer? Get closer. That's something. Okay, so what I need to do is seek cover. There's no good cover on the ley lines, so I think we're better off getting some cover somewhere. Either that or I just put up my lightning barrier right now. That's awful. Nope. Cool. Wait, I'm not inside that. What the hell am I doing? Oh, that was stupid. Good for me. I did not think about that clearly. Okay, so first, Raptor needs to get into a safe position. I think we're gonna put him over. Where's a good spot? I want him to be shielded from as many sides as he can be. Maybe this is okay. Okay. Oh, I can't put him in. Fuck it. Nope, screw it. Load game. Maybe I've been here too long and it's time to go home. It is 9 o'clock. I did start like a little bit after 6, but holy shit. Maybe it is just time to go home tonight. We'll pick up this fight then tomorrow, and that'll be just way better. Don't save, just quit. Oh. That's Play It Forward for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, definitely get some fresh eyes on it, because after all, I have to go home tonight, and then I have to do a... I'm probably going to do that stream that I said I was going to do. If you go over to the Lunar Jade channel, closer to 10 o'clock, 9:45-ish, I think, but we'll see. I will be doing my anime season roundup and preview what I think so far of this season. Let's duck the audio a hair. If that is your jam, feel free to come check it out. It's twitch.tv/LunarJade. Anyway, this has been Play It Forward here on twitch.tv/LoadingReadyRun. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Beej. Had a pleasant time playing this for you all. Let's get those subs done, because I owe you guys some subs. I always forget that because I'm doing my subs at the end, it's actually taking me a little extra time to finish the stream. And there are several of you, and I believe you all deserve to be recognized for the help you do. So let's talk about the things first. You can go to www.loadingreadyrun.com to check out all the stuff that we do. That'll lead you to our YouTube channels as well. There's youtube.com/loadingreadyrun and youtube.com/loadingreadylive. That's where all the VODs end up. You can also watch these on twitch.tv as well. But also there's store.loadingreadyrun.com. That's where you can buy fun merch that we make. And more than happy to, see you guys spending money. I would love to, I'd love to see your name show up on that list. What a weird goddamn thing to say. Anyway. But also patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. That's us. You can give us money on a Patreon subscription or one time only or what have you. I believe it is a great way to support us, because that's how we pay for this whole thing. Like people's rent and food and electricity and email and FTP and SMTP, and we don't run our own SMTP servers here. It'd be ridiculous. But that's how that helps. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. There's a lot of you on there right now, but there's a lot of us, and that money definitely helps keep everybody alive and as functional as you can possibly be in an expensive place like Victoria. But also Twitch bits and Twitch subs, and you guys give the bits like the Maricat just did, and you guys also give the subs, and that also helps us a lot too. We really appreciate everybody who shows up to do that. Let's talk about who did it tonight. For example, Not Steve subscribed for 5 glorious months. Thank you so much, Not Steve. That was near the beginning of the stream, I believe. E-Block with 187 bits, got the 187 there. Thanks so much. Neobo2 just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, Neobo2. I hope you're still on the channel. Maybe you're not, but maybe you caught this on the VOD. I don't know. But welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. It was, you know, your money that you invested in us, and I'm glad you saw fit to spend some of it here. Internet Art subscribed for 13 months. It's my 13-month sub. I wouldn't consider it an unlucky number since I'm spending it with this cool game with a cool beach. Thank you very much. Derps of Doom subscribed for 10 months. Hooray, made it to 10 months, and I'm spending it with the one called Beej. Thank you for all the great content and all that you do. Keep on beejing. Thank you, Derps of Doom. Peter Chordash, back for the 13th month. Thank you very much. Cry121 subscribed for 19 months. Keep up the funny. Lure is a beacon of positivity in this ever-concerning world. Ever-concerning. Surf Durf subscribing for 10 months. A lot of 10 months here. Nice. Hi, Beej. Here's to 10 beaches of Beej. Thank you so much. Bears of Insanity subscribing for 13 months. Betray the awful person. That's... If I had a bard in my group, that's what they'd be singing. Night Echo 06 subscribing for 30 months. Welcome back, Night Echo. Raving Penguin with a 50-bit bid there. Thank you so much, Raven Penguin. Malady Dark subscribing for 25 months. That's a square. Started a playthrough of this thanks to you. Everything is great, but I can only hear your voice for Kindly Cheng. I'm sorry, Malady Dark. Horace5 cheering with 100 bits. Wish I could stay up for the rematch. Guess I'll catch the VOD. Can't wait to see what Auntie has to say about this once you get back home. Well, Horace5, wasn't much more in the VOD except me thanking you for the bits. Catan Glover 1 subscribing for 34 months. Holy 34 months! Love everything you guys put out. Thank you. The Maricat with 200 bits. 11 p.m. here, and I have work tomorrow, but I'm really going to try to catch your anime roundup. Thank you, the Maricat. I'll try to get on there as soon as we can get home. And then Chef Steven subscribing for 54 months. Thank you, Chef Steven. Thank you to everybody who was here. I really appreciate your support. We've got one more of these this week. It's going to be on Monday. That's tomorrow. I guess one more in a row, the three stream block that I do. So we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Had a great time. We'll see you on a little bit later. Take care.